All right, what up, everybody on YouTube? This your boy C for 3. I do this basketball and astrology in motion, and I'm gonna be real quick with this video. Right, I'm gonna call this one "Why Astrology Isn't for Everyone." Right, spiritual warfare. Now, why I say this is, I've been noticing, I've been just paying attention. I'm always paying attention, even when I'm not making videos. We live in life. Life is life, and right. But I'm like, I came to the realization, I guess me being like a quote unquote intellectual basketball player, being from the South, being a black man in America, I just realized like a lot of stuff ain't for everybody. And one of those things is definitely astrology, right? Like, so first of all, I want to say, if you're a person who watch my channel, you're a person who you tap into astrology, your zodiac sign, or it's your first time watching this video, oh yeah, astrology ain't for everybody. It's not, because perfect example is almost like, let's talk about somebody who, I don't know, anything you can do. Anybody who does interior decorating, gaming, any niche thing, just like basketball, right? Let's use basketball for an example, right? All my people who play basketball know about basketball, anything niche, interior designing. If you don't know shit about shit, you just not gonna know about it, right? You're not gonna know what a pick and roll is. If you don't know nothing about tools, right? You're not gonna know what a PVC pipe is. You're not gonna know what a you're just not gonna know stuff, right? You're just not gonna know terminologies. You're not gonna know things like that. So it's the same thing with astrology, right? If you're a person who don't know nothing about astrology, but you try to tell people, just realize it's not for everybody. A lot of people aren't into studying people or paying attention, right? I've realized you call them the sheeple, the follower, the mass majority of people, they live in the root chakra. So they live in an area of fear and survival, right? If you know anything about root chakras, people don't even know about the chakras and just the natural, they don't even know the natural of anything, right? So you're gonna waste a lot of your time, you're gonna lose a lot of energy trying to prove shit to people that's not tapped in with your wavelength. If it's 2024, the year of karma, I think it's kind of karma that people are dumbed down. If you are spiritually in tune, you're astute right now, you're tapped into astrology, gematria, numerology, all the things that's behind the scenes in the matrix. If you're a person that don't even vote, if you're a person that knows what us in this community on YouTube and certain people mean when we say NPCs, you know what I'm saying? If you know that it's Leo season right now and you just watched the Olympics, you just seen the greatest competition put on by all the nations, right? All the political debates, all the celebrities getting into it. It's a fire season. It's fiery right now. People are fired up right now. It's summertime. It's hot. Don't waste your time trying to explain shit to people. Just tap in with real channels on YouTube, real messages and shit you see on social media, real people in real life that share that same wavelength with you, because you're not going to be draining your energy trying to convince people. 2024, don't convince people. If you ask me, certain things is just not for everybody, right? Smoking weed isn't for everybody, right? Certain levels of basketball isn't for everybody. Me being a basketball coach, that's a very hard thing to tell people, unless you're going to work to change that narrative. So the second thing I want to say about this too is with this going deeper, astrology isn't for everybody because a lot of people don't even believe in God. I'm telling y'all that right now. A lot of people don't even believe in nothing spiritual. A lot of people worship money. A lot of people do not care about nothing that's non-physical, right? So astrology, when you even talk about astrology as a tool to understand how things are planned, right? It's Leo season, the moon is in Sagittarius. It's a good day to be optimistic. It's a good day to watch a movie, read a book, things like that. And speaking of reading a book, they put all these things in books, just like you see this Farmer's Almanac right here. If you don't believe in God, you don't believe in the creator, you're not going to believe that these things have been ordained since the beginning of time. Ever since, what is this, 1792, Benjamin Franklin and Robert B. Thomas. I'm going to do a lot of in-depth studies on these things and people and topics, but just think you know what I'm saying? These things have been written about since the 1700s, about the moon placements, the sun placements, astronomy, astrology, gardening, farming, remedies, home remedies, elixirs, mixes, you know, all this is written, right? And then if people don't believe in God, they're not even going to know that this is used against us. Like, this is used to tear us down. This is used to dumb us down. Like, I always tell people, everybody tell me, yo, astrology is bad, astrology is evil, astrology is this, but nobody breaks down meteorology, right? Like, how do niggas know the weather 5 months in advance, 2 weeks in advance? How do I can look on my iPhone and can tell you what the weather is going to be like Sunday? I can look on my iPhone and tell you when the full moon is coming, right? Like, just know astrology is not for everybody. It is spiritual warfare. And so the third layer of this is spiritual warfare. So if you know that everything isn't for everybody, and then you know that people don't even believe in God, then you already know people don't know about spiritual warfare. So, like, astrology is not for everybody because people don't believe in God. They don't know in spiritual warfare. They don't know that we're living a life that is only two sides, a good side and a bad side, light and dark. These people know it, these founding fathers, you know. The name of the game is to tell you a little bit of info, but never ever get you deeper into a book that's deeper than this book, which is the Bible. But this Father's Almanac is a good book to use in the physical realm to plan things out. For example, you know, I'm a Leo. I like to make videos like this. You know what I'm saying? I have a Taurus moon. I know how to use the gift of my Taurus throat chakra energies, right? You know, it's Leo season. I'm bold. I put my heart into it. Leo rules being bold. The heart is a fire sign. Like, I can go into depth into this, which I will. But, like, just knowing who I am, it gives me the confidence and the assurance to know I'm on a certain path, right? Astrology doesn't determine. You have free will. The Bible tells you that. But isn't it good to know that God orders certain steps, that we're put together in a certain way, that even in this Father's Almanac, it tells you how plants grow with the certain moon tides, how the water tides, everything shifts with the certain tides of the moons. But yet, you don't want to know about the full moon that's coming on August 19th, how you can move on that day, how you can plan things on that certain day. You feel me? If you're a person that knows that, don't waste your time trying to convince family, friends, and people around you. Just apply it to your life, right? It's just like basketball, right? At some point, I got to a point, I realized that being an athlete isn't even for everybody, right? Some people are lazy. Some people don't want to reach certain levels. You just have to be like, you know what? If it's for me, I'm going to take the knowledge and I'm going to apply it and I'm going to vibe high. Like I say on all my socials, vibe high, right? This is about vibing high. You know, if you know there's a God, you know there's a creator, you know it's not just dust of particles in the universe that's making this intricate, detailed human body system, these detailed cell phones, these detailed tree patterns, cloud patterns. Everything has a greater creator, greater architect, which is God, the one, you know. So the one made many. So if you don't even believe in God, you're not going to concept astrology, because you're going to think I'm talking woo-woo, I'm making it up to fit a narrative. But, you know, I can promise you guys that when Virgo season comes here, you're going to see a lot of stories coming out of the medical field, health and food industry and service industry, like nurses and things like that. I'm going to make some other videos to break down Leo season before we get out of here. But just know, and the third thing is spiritual warfare. Astrology lets you know where you are and who you are in the spiritual game. That's just my opinion, and I'm taking this to the grave with me. As a Leo, a fire sign, I'm here to fight. I'm here to motivate you guys. I am here to do that on a righteous path, you know. God knows you can take the gifts and talents that he gave us and use them to do negative, or you can use them to be lazy. God does not want us to be lazy. You know, even reading these books is a testament to me having like a Taurus placement. I have a Jupiter in Virgo. I'm good at gathering these knowledge and these facts and these files and bringing it to y'all. And even in this book, it breaks down measurements and garden placements and which time to plant potato seeds and all type of stuff, and nature's germs killers and everything. Like, and every moon sign for every month all the way down to the T. Like, this is already talked about in advance. So, you know, you don't think your moon sign is important? Learn your moon sign. Tap in with an astrologer like me $25, I can do your birth chart. You know, $10 per month, I can give you astrological updates, astrological work, which I am trying to get more consistent with my clients. I've been going through a lot. You know, even knowing astrology, I know I've been going through a lot. I know it's a fight. You know, a lot of things happen. You know, it's just so much I can break down, so much I can talk about, but so much little time in the day. So you have to be really smart. And if you understand spiritual warfare, you know that it's a battle. It's a battle to use your time. It's a battle to make YouTube videos. It's a battle to get in the gym. It's a battle to learn yourself. It's a battle to eat healthy. This is a tool, you know, and it's not for everybody. You know, this is why I'm not really depressed. I'm not really down. I've been through everything. I've been through bad relationships. I've had moments of low self-esteem. I've had tough family moments. I've had tough relationships, tough jobs, everything around the border. I've been kicked out of college before. I've dropped out of college. I've been kicked out of college. I've been kicked off basketball teams. I quit basketball teams. I've been embarrassed on the court. I've been hurt. I've been injured. I've been in near-death experiences, and I can tell you that God has ordained all of this before ahead time. Like, the Bible was written way before an almanac, way before we caught on to this. So 3 things to take from this video why astrology isn't for everybody. You know, first of all, it's just not. It's like math. You ever sat in math class and you was like, yo, these niggas don't understand math. These niggas don't understand science. Just understand, picking up a book and knowledge is not for everybody. If you understand astrology, you understand the concepts of a birth chart and all that, sometimes build your life with that and be an example. That's one. The shit is just not for everybody. You know, 2, just know when people don't even believe in God. People don't believe that God can make things happen at any time. You know, people don't have a lot of faith. Let's just put it that way. When you lack faith, you're not going to have faith in astrology. You're not going to have faith in prayers. You're not going to have faith in anything spiritual. Your foundation is the physical realm. And like I said, when people who don't believe in God, they don't know nothing, they tend to live in the root chakra. You know, survival, anger, bickering, what I'm gonna eat today, who I'm gonna fuck today. You know, I'm jealous, I want to fight, my, me. That's a real low vibe existence, you know. So you don't believe in God, that goes hand in hand with that energy of red and vibe and low. That's even deeper on the color spectrum, but people don't even read. So, and then third and not least, it's a spiritual warfare. It's a spiritual battle. I feel like when you get to the levels of higher knowledge and knowing things and knowing your birth chart and knowing how the devil attacks you using Saturn energy, and then knowing how Jesus gives us a blessing. Everybody has a blessing in the birth chart thanks to Jupiter. I don't care who you are. Use your blessing. Understand that. Tap in with me as an astrologer, because in this spiritual warfare, you gotta know how things flow. You gotta know the path. This is the age of knowledge and information, and I feel like, you know, we have to update our minds and be like, yo, I'm talking to you guys through a phone, through a medium that proves that this is spiritual, this is God, this is higher knowledge. You know, somebody built this phone, and nobody probably goes online and studies the ins and outs of an iPhone so they could build one. We don't understand that because it's not for us. We weren't meant to be the phone programmer, right? It's probably some Aquarius heavy person that's a phone programmer, but you don't understand that because people don't understand astrology, and people think it's all wooey, and people don't think that this is a thing. And then the people who understand it are the people who are in their secret societies and stuff. No offense to y'all, but the Masons, the Enlightened Ones, the Illuminati, blue, I don't give a fuck. Knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge is power. So, you know, there's a source of the world who does not want you to learn that information, because if you empower yourself, it's going to be hard to be emotionally dependent on this dying ass earth, right? Astrology helps you vibe high, but it is just a tool for knowledge, okay? God is the truth. Jesus Christ is the truth. Please know that, you know? And if you watch this video, pick up a Farmer's Almanac and go through this thing. There's so much great info, so much great astrology information. I might go through it in depth one day, but I just wanted to make this video to drop something to let you guys know astrology ain't for everybody. And it's Leo season. You know, learn some shit or get lost in the sauce. Like, depression is real. These demons are real. Blocking of knowledge is real. You know, making people just vibe low is a real thing. Learn astrology. tap in with somebody like me. You feel me? But just know it's not for everybody. If you want to learn more, tap in with an astrologer like me. Vibe high.